All right, we live, Cap.
True news and reviews once again.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Man, I gotta ask you, have you noticed ever since this whole Kanye thing started, more kind of like anti-Jewish talk? You know what I'm saying?
More like anti-Jew. You seeing?
Let's just say the word, man. I've been hearing more anti-Semitic type of speech since that whole thing started. And I feel like this whole Kyrie situation ignited those same people.
That's what I was telling you the other day. I feel that instead of handling this, I think they could have handled this in a better way to not fuel the fire. But on our end, it seems like this is fuel to the fire because of I guess the way they looking at it. So it's like
It's just
I'm standing with Kyrie. I'm standing with Kyrie. This is what we got people like on. Like, it's like a fight against something. They just want to be a part of something. You get what I'm saying?
you're right. People like to identify with a group, and people don't really need a good reason to start fighting each other. So let's just get it into the Kyrie story. Now, for anybody that needs to get up to speed, I think they're going to go into it here. Kyrie Irving, this is according to CBS NBA. Kyrie Irving issues Instagram apology hours after Nets suspend him for statements on anti-Semitism. And Irving's going to miss at least the next 5 games without pay. And a week after promoting a film filled with anti Semitic tropes on social media accounts, Brooklyn Nets Kyrie Irving apologized for his actions late Thursday night following days of calls for him to apologize and fully disavow the film's contents. Irving promoted Hebrews the Negroes, Wake Up Black America, a film that's filled with anti Semitic views on his Twitter and Instagram account on October 27th. I didn't know you put it on both. Damn. So you definitely was I call that promotion. And then spent much of the last week refusing to acknowledge how hateful and divisive the content is. That changed late Thursday night when hours after receiving a suspension of at least 5 games without pay from the Brooklyn Nets, Irving issued a public apology on Instagram, which reads in full below. I definitely wanted to read this part because I I ain't even gonna give my opinion on it. Let's go into his apology. While doing some research on Yahweh, I posted a documentary that contained some false anti Semitic statements, narratives, and language that were untrue and offensive to the Jewish race / religion, and I take full accountability and responsibility for my actions. I am grateful to have a big platform to share knowledge, and I want to move forward by having an open dialogue to learn more and grow from this. To all Jewish families and communities that are hurt and affected from my post, I am deeply sorry to have caused you pain, and I apologize. I initially reacted out of emotion to being unjustly labeled anti Semitic instead of focusing on the healing process of my Jewish brothers and sisters that were hurt from the hateful remarks made in the documentary. I want to clarify any confusion on where I stand fighting against anti Semitism by apologizing for posting the documentary without context and a factual explanation outlining the specific beliefs in the documentary I agreed with and disagreed with. I had no intentions to disrespect any Jewish cultural history regarding the Holocaust or perpetuate any hate. I am learning from this unfortunate event, and I hope we can find understanding between us all. I am no different than any other human being. I am a seeker of truth and knowledge, and I know who I am. Now, what do you think about that apology?
I mean, yep. I think it's forced. I think this is something he feel like he has to say. That's what it sounds like. So
I think he definitely had some pressure, but I hope that it's sincere. I'm gonna take his word on it being
I
sincere.
mean, I hope it is too, but how sincere can you make it when you got money that's on the other line? It's like, you get what I'm saying?
I
It's gonna be
understand. I
it's gonna
understand
be
how
some
there could
point
be
where the money is, I'm sincere about this money. You get me?
fair, and I think there's gonna be other people that he still has to win over.
Yeah.
Um, do you think this might cause him to lose other endorsements?
Yeah, I think
Mm.
it will. But my
Even with the
hope,
apology, even if maybe if he has
even
changed
with the
behavior, starts moving
apology,
different.
even with the apology, I think, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that, but it just looks like they understand where Kyrie's standing at. They understand he's just saying this. This is why this suspension is late after he already dropped the tweet. This is coming, you know.
No, this is actually on the heels of him not disavowing what was in the
Gotcha.
documentary when they asked him, "Do you have anti-Semitic anti-Semitic beliefs?" Instead of just saying no unequivocally, he was mealy mouthed, in my opinion. He said, "I can't be anti-Semitic if I know who I am," and to me, that makes me feel like you standing on what's in the video, and I think a lot of people took it like that. So I appreciate this apology more, and I honestly can identify with where he's coming from. If we're going to take his word for it, right, we're just going to take him on his word, because he seems like a person who's truthful. He doesn't seem like a person who's dishonest to me, even when
No,
I felt
no,
like he was
no,
wrong.
no. Now
He wasn't.
listen, I just want to
But
give
let me land. Let me land first. You feel me? If he was honest about it, I'm saying that I could relate to him because I've researched something and thought it was true and then found out that it was wrong afterwards. And I was maybe kind of loud and wrong with it. Now, can you say that that's ever happened to you? Have you ever been wrong about something that you thought you knew about and you researched and somebody just maybe made you question your stance?
yeah, yeah.
That's why
So
I'm saying I can't give him a hard time. I wouldn't cancel somebody over that making a mistake. Mhm.
no, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So
yeah,
you got to a point, a great point there.
yeah.
So my point was they should hold the same energy with Amazon. That's just my point. I pulled
Well,
up an article where,
okay.
they are in close of an agreement with Amazon, putting NBA on Amazon. And he claims he got this documentary from Amazon. So it's just, to me, have that same energy with Amazon, or have that same energy with people who release stuff that has hate in it. So
Well,
no
the
one
thing,
won't get confused, because
yeah. I see your point. I've heard other people make that argument. I just I feel that Amazon is probably the biggest seller of books in the world, and there is a such thing as freedom of speech still. So Amazon having the book, somebody could use
there
that
is a such
as
thing as freedom of speech, you said.
yeah. No, I'm just saying people are allowed to write books and sell them, even if there's information that's not right in there, right? Or if they have opinions that are wrong, they're allowed to write books. We could criticize the book, and stuff like that, but people are allowed to write books. You can even self-publish a book and put it on Amazon. So Amazon can't filter out everything like that. That's like not letting people have a freedom of speech. So I think Amazon is not promoting that book like this is factual. They're saying that this is a book you could buy. Maybe you want to know.
They're promoting it as the number one seller. If you want to know about Yahweh right now, and you look it up, like Kyrie said, this will be the first. This is the number one selling book right now that
What I'm
they're.
what I'm trying to say is a number one selling book doesn't mean that it's right.
I mean,
Doesn't mean that
documentary.
a
I ain't saying.
documentary, book, whatever. It doesn't mean just because the book is being sold on Amazon as a medium that they're co-signing the book. Hitler wrote a book once upon a time. I don't agree with the messages in there, but maybe for study material, just to know what these people believe, you might need to know what's on that documentary. If it's a number one seller, a lot of people are subscribing to these wrong ideas. And if you're going to argue people on the facts, you want to be able to rebuke it in a precise way with facts so we could
Yeah,
open up the dialogue. So I don't know if I could really look at Amazon the same way just for selling the books. They're the biggest seller of books in the world. They're gonna have some good books and bad books. I don't want to be a person I don't want to be on the side of book burning. If a book is wrong, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just get the books out of here.
I understand.
So another thing, do you think, because I've heard this argument online, do you think that racism against other races goes unchecked, and maybe this is heavy-handed for when it seems like maybe it goes unchecked when there's anti-black racism, and now because he's saying something that's anti-Semitic, maybe the punishment is swift and more severe because he's saying things about a Jewish person.
I think that, yeah, I think because I mean the biggest thing to me is environmental racism and the wealth gap racism is the biggest. African Americans, black, whatever we want to call them. This is what I feel like the biggest obstacles is for them, and I feel that if they're gonna address these, then it's some other things that need to be addressed because we got issues that is not being addressed as far as an environmental racism and a wealth gap, with racism that we should
What
have.
you expecting the NBA to fix that,
No, I'm not expecting NBA. I'm expecting
or the Nets to fix that?
no, I'm expecting our culture to, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the question I'm asking you, right?
Yeah.
Because I've heard this sentiment online. Do you feel like Kyrie's getting punished because he said something about Jewish people in particular? Like, or do you feel though as though if somebody would have said something racist against black people, it would have went unchecked?
Yes, feel like if he would have spread a hate book about black people, okay,
Mm-hmm.
somebody probably would have checked it, but it wouldn't have went. I don't think it would have went into these measures.
I don't know. I
Just
don't know
my
about
opinion.
that.
I know, just my opinion. Or if you said a hate thing about the Chinese or Russia, I don't think nothing would have happened to you.
Well, do you remember what happened with what was his name? Donald Sterling? Or was that Ronald Sterling?
Yeah,
Ronald
Donald
Sterling.
Sterling. Yeah,
Do you remember what happened with him?
he said the N word, correct? He
Yeah.
said, yeah.
I
I
think I
mean,
got a quote. Hold on. I think I got a quote of what he said. I think I got a quote of what he said.
yeah, but if we're gonna
Yeah,
go,
he said on your lousy effing Instagram, you don't have to have yourself walking with black people. Sterling turns told Stiviano, it bothers me a lot that you want to promote broadcasts that you're associating with black people. Do you have to? That's what he said. And he actually got banned from the NBA for life. So I think it's kind of unfair for people to say that racism
why
is
are you
going
bringing up
on.
the NBA though? Like, why did you signify that one as not racist? Like,
No,
because
I
that's
think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm saying that people are saying that racism in the NBA or sports goes unchecked when it's racism against black people, but because he's being racist against, or because something that he promoted was seen as racist against Jewish people, that's why he's getting punished. I asked you, did you agree
so.
with that? You said, yeah,
Wait, with him getting punished?
bro.
I'm saying for what he said, it didn't match up to for me for what Kyrie, I mean, he's probably racist. He probably don't like his people around black people. That's probably how he feels.
Well,
But I
what I'm
don't
trying to tell you is what was in this documentary was racist against Jewish people. That's how they
right.
feel. That's why they're offended. That's why he's getting 5 games off without pay. So when I asked you, does racism against black people go unchecked in the NBA? You said yes. I'm saying that's an example of when Somebody said some racist shit. They found out about it. This was supposed to be on a private phone call, and they checked his ass. They banned him for life. So when people say that, I don't agree with it, is all I'm saying. If somebody would have asked me, do I think anti-black racism in the NBA goes unchecked? I'd be like, not really. I feel like if you say something racist in the NBA, you feel me, somebody's gonna check you.
But we talking about hate speech. That wasn't what he said to black people was not hate speech. It
What was
wasn't
in
like,
that documentary was hate speech.
exactly what was in that documentary was hate speech. And we're talking about we're talking about somebody who was racist, with the NBA guy.
Yeah,
That's what
I guess you don't see the similarities between being anti-black and anti-Jewish or anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? But there's definitely a similarity here. Maybe maybe other people will agree. Maybe we could just disagree on that. But I'm going to stand on that. That's very similar. That's an instance in the NBA where people got checked, and then we don't even have to stick on the NBA. What was the other dude's name? Uh, John Gruden, the owner of the Raiders.
right.
There was homophobic, anti-black stuff in there. Saying in his emails ended up getting him in trouble. Like I just don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's entitled to have feelings, but I could point out a lot of instances where people said racist things against black people and they lost stuff because of it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with that narrative that people are trying to put out there. That's all I'm saying. I think that people in general, reasonable people, just don't like racism as a whole. It could be anti-Asian, it could be anti-black, it could be anti-Semitic, whatever kind of racism you want to cook up. If you want to try to like otherize a group of people and try to disparage them or treat them like in a discriminatory way or promote hate speech, they're gonna get on you. They're gonna get on you.
Yeah.
It's too much at
They're gonna
stake.
get to your pockets. They
Yeah.
definitely gonna get to your pockets.
I don't have a problem with that though. I would feel worse honestly if there was an NBA where people was promoting all kind of stuff like that and it went unchecked. I don't I
Look,
think that this
check
is a
this
better
out
world to
though.
live in. I think this is a
I
better
mean,
kind of world to live
it should be a benefit to the people who was hurt. Just like you said, when he said, "Oh, do you got to hang around black people?" Right?
in. Mhm.
Okay, was it black people that was hurt from that? Because now you're saying, when you talking about Kyrie and when he's spreading his book, it was like, oh yeah, we were hurt. He donated $500,000 to the defamation league. It's like, even if somebody say something that was against blacks and they got fined or they got whatever, where did it go? Did it go to the hurt families and people that are hurt or got hurt, in back in the days from slavery? Like, what is it helping? You get what I'm saying? So where are we at from this happening, right? How did this help black people? You can't say hateful things out loud to black people. You can't say hateful things, but how did this, able to just any wrongdoing that was done for blacks in the day or anything that we could
I
say?
think it sends a good message out that the NBA doesn't want to be associated with people who are saying hateful things like racist things. I think that's
Okay,
good.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I think
yeah, I
that's good for
respect that.
everybody. I don't even look at it like it's something that's just good for black people. I think it's
Yeah,
just good for us as a society that these
yeah,
kind of when these kind of when this kind of rhetoric comes out, there needs to be people speaking against it, disavowing it, and condemning it. And I think that sends a good message to the kids.
yeah,
We could all grow and learn from this. I think this is going to make Kyrie better at research.
yeah, yeah. There's some
You know
there's
what I'm
some
saying?
positives we can take from this.
Yeah. And I think it's good. So I don't know. I think that it's probably just good that we stick on this story, end in a good place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Quit ahead. You know what I'm saying? We'll probably hit them with a longer show or something like that. Maybe later this evening if you got time or something like that. But I
yeah.
think this is a good. we should just probably cut it off here because I
Yeah, because
definitely,
it's more we definitely could talk about. Definitely all day.
yeah, that's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely some more we could get
Yeah.
into for sure. I mean, maybe we could just touch a little bit on something because I don't really got a lot of details anyway. Nah, like, did you get to
Oh,
listen to the? I think you said you didn't get a chance to listen to it last time we spoke.
yeah,
The
man. Listen.
Her loss, the Drake and 21 album.
Yeah, I mean, I seen some tweets about it, but I just haven't been into jumping into these dudes' rap songs. It's like I don't feel like I'm getting any information that's gonna get me to point C to point. I mean, from point A to point B. So it's like I ain't finna be too much in a rush until everybody's like. But then I heard he said something about Megan Thee Stallion and his beef over it. So it's like
Yeah, she didn't like her name being used as
they
a.
keep bringing her name up, man. That's like
Yeah, I mean, that's what rappers do, though. They
that's
make
how you
jokes.
sell records, right? You can't be just you have to say some some attracting things on your record for it to get some
Yeah,
publicity.
you got to cause a little bit of a little stir up. I don't know. I thought the joke was kind of funny. It might have been a little bit of insensitive, but whatever. Man, you know what? Before we even get off this though, hold on. I got something else to show you. I got something else to show you, bro. Back on the Kyrie thing though, I forgot. Something else came
Okay.
up.
What's
Something else.
up?
All right. Now I ain't even gonna go there. Matter of fact,
Okay.
it's about Kev, but I'm gonna go ahead and show the damn video.
Oh, Kevin Durant talking.
Yeah, they asked Kevin Durant about it, man. I feel like now this, I feel like they people right now is gonna try to catch you out of pocket, right? Like they just gonna try to catch you like, so what? You thought Kanye was kicking some knowledge? You feel me? And let you be like, yeah. You feel me? They gonna be like, okay, let's get you out of the paint too, real quick. You know what I'm saying? So hold on.
I mean, you got to think
Speaking of,
about the money they get. They get
man,
money.
I mean, of course, man. Like everybody wants a story, man. If if I was a goddamn
No, but
journalist,
if Kyrie gets fined for not playing, he's probably making like a $500,000 a game. Bro, that goes to the team, bro.
if he gets fined or Kyrie, I
Yeah,
don't.
if
I mean,
he's
no, they said they're suspending him without pay, so they're not. It's not a money play. It's about morals. They just feel like what he did was
without
wrong.
pay. Yeah, he's suspended without pay. He's
Yeah,
not getting
that's not.
paid.
That's not a. I mean, that's not a fine. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
just
it is.
we
You're not
don't.
getting paid.
No, that's not the same as a fine. We don't want you on the team right now until we can't be associated with you right now. You know what I'm saying? Think about what you did, and we're not paying you. We don't even want you in the games. So that's different than saying, oh, you owe this amount of money for what you did. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like it's like I don't think it's a money play, dog. I think it's a moral thing. Just like I don't think, not to get too far off track, but I don't think Adidas wanted to part ways with Kanye. He put them in a position where it was like, we'd rather just have a good relationship with you and you have not have said no dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? But people act like they did this to Kanye to bring him down just to in spite of him. Like he's too big. We just want to control him. Like I don't think it was like that kind of energy at all. But watch this.
Okay.
I think Kevin Durant was he look, he got a little bit out of the paint. Hold on.
It's an unfortunate situation for people that are
Hold
impacted.
on. Let's see what they
Overall
asked me.
reaction coming off of Kyrie Irving suspension.
It's an unfortunate situation for people that are impacted by um, this situation. I mean, it just sucks all around for everybody, and hopefully we can move past it.
Have you spoken to Kyrie, especially since his apology last night?
Nah,
Given you've been playing a long time, is this about as wild of a week as you've had in your career?
um, yeah, it is. I mean, this is the way of the NBA now. Media, so many outlets now, and that stories hit pretty fast now. So that's where all the chaos is coming from. Everybody's opinion. Everybody has an opinion on the situation. We're hearing it nonstop, but once the ball start bouncing and we get into practice, none of that stuff really seeps into the gym. So that's the cool part about being in the league. But once you step off the court, everybody got the microphones out, the microscopes looking at you, asking you what you feel about it. So that's
Yep.
what difficult. But the game is
Y'all want to ask people what they feel about
Kevin,
certain
what did you think of Kyrie's
Check that
comment?
out, bro. They need to
Hey,
do
look. I'm one of them niggas, man. I got an opinion. I'm on the mic, and we want to know how. We want to talk about how we feel about the shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I ain't here to judge nobody or talk down on nobody for how they feel or their views or anything. I just didn't like anything that went on. I feel like it was all unnecessary. I felt like we could have just kept playing basketball and kept quiet as an organization. Um, I just
right.
don't
Y'all
like
making this whole
Now,
media.
now, see, he said, I think we should have just kept quiet as an organization, minding our motherfucking business, and let this nigga post whatever he wanted to post on his Instagram and his Twitter. That's how people is hearing that right now.
Right, but I know he
You feel
means by
suspension?
just hollering at them in, we didn't have to do this whole media run about the whole situation, but I understand why they want to do the media run, but they could have just checked them behind closed doors and kept it moving.
Nah, you didn't promote the movie behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? So you go violate in public. No, we gonna demonstrate in public. That's how that goes. Hold on, let the red finish.
It was unfair.
that's. I believe and trust in the organization and do what's right.
I like that.
Kevin, how do you guys move forward?
Just get ready for the game tonight. Keep playing, just being you. I think guys know that our job is to come to work and be the best version of us that we can, and that's the only thing we can control.
Yeah, so there you have it. So did you feel like that was
Yeah, he said
that
a little
bad?
stuff in there that was how he could probably be on the other side with others can take that, they be like,
Yeah, see, you
yeah,
felt like
baby.
that too. Like that could be interpreted the wrong
Like,
way,
hold
bro.
on, bro. You seem like you
Yeah,
seem a
like
little
like you
shit.
with the bullshit, like you with the shits. Like, what you mean we should have just kept quiet about it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
And this is gonna be the problem when you put microphones in basketball players, entertainers. You
yeah.
put microphones in front of these people's mouths, but you're not talking to our scientists. You're not talking to our, our
No,
leaders.
no. We talking to them too. I definitely want to know their opinions on the situation. That's why I read the activist groups that were criticizing the book. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're here for, to bring awareness about something that could be discriminatory or something like that. So we definitely gonna listen to them. But look at this, Bob. Look how quick Kevin Durant clarifies stance on Kyrie Irving's situation. He had to get that straight. First quarter, dog. We know what he said, right? Look. We know what he said, right? We watched the interview just now. Hold on, let me get this out the way. You know what I'm saying? All
I
right.
would be like, don't even interview you no more, man. Listen, I'm not talking to the press.
Yeah, you would just go Marshawn Lynch, right? Hold on. I want to go to his like tweet, man, where he was like, okay, this is what he said. I just want to clarify the statements I made at shoot around. I see some people are confused. I don't condone hate speech or anti-Semitism. I'm about spreading love, always. Our game unites people, and I want to make sure that's at the forefront.
This is
Okay.
crazy. It's getting
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't think that's that crazy. Just like you said, you feel me? People didn't know how to take that. Cuz, are you co-signing him or not? Cuz
Right,
we
but
need
you
you
know
to
what I'm
be.
saying? Yeah, we need you to be
Listen,
clear.
that's all. That's all. That look. Now we good. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for taking the opportunity to clarify. Everything's cool. Everybody's calm. You know what I'm saying? But when you said it like that,
Right. What I'm saying is, my point is, when it's your money and your paycheck on the line, what I'm saying is, it's a different type of ring, bro. It's a different type of tone you singing. you know, than if you have to just apologize if you and your families and you said something wrong.
I agree, but okay, look, if you're gonna take it like that, then it's a lot of people out there in the community that's gonna feel like you soft. Because if all they had to do was, you know what I'm saying, flinch at you and you jumping and you tightening up. It's a lot of people who don't like that. They feel like
At
if you
all.
got something to say,
In the
stand
community.
on it, full-throatedly,
Say it.
wholeheartedly. Don't be mealy-mouthed with it. Let's stand on business. A lot of people are gonna give Kyrie flack for the apology. A lot of people are gonna give Kevin Durant slack for the apology, and they're gonna look at this as more proof of the conspiracy theories. You know what I'm saying? A certain particular group controls everything.
I'm not gonna say it's conspiracy theory. It's not that. What it is you work for somebody.
Exactly.
And you don't have freedom of speech once you work for somebody.
Bro, look. I'm gonna say something that could be taken as offensive. I don't really mean this, right? I'm just trying to make an example, right? Okay. What if I felt like I don't like short people, right? What if I felt like anybody under 6 foot might be in league with the devil? You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, that's not true. That's why I'm trying to say something ridiculous. If I say that as a waiter in a restaurant, that's a problem because there's going to be a lot of people in the restaurant that's under 6 foot, dog, and we're trying to put people in the seats. So it's probably best that you not say nothing offensive to a whole group of people while you on the clock. If you got a customer service job, customer service job, you can't use curse words. Everybody know that. You know, everybody understands terms and conditions when it comes to, if you go to the corner store and they say no shirt, no shoes, no service. Everybody understands it in that context, but they seem to think just because he worked for the Nets, it's going to be different. You can't be saying crazy stuff. Matter of fact, right now, let your boss or somebody see you on your social media saying some racist stuff. I saw a lot of people getting fired for stuff like that, during that time. That wasn't that long ago, you know what I'm saying? So I think I made that point before, but it's true. It stands true. You can't just be saying whatever on social media and think that it might not affect your job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe if you doing, I don't want to job shame nobody. It's probably certain jobs. I'll say it like this: it's probably certain jobs you could get away with that on, but it's a lot where you can't. But that's all I got to say on that, man. What you got to give them, Bob? I'll let you say something before I find a quote to close them out with.
Yeah, I mean, just watch what you say, man. And,
watch your mouth. That's the moral of the story. Yeah, is that the moral of the story for today, Bob?
Like, especially if you feel we living in a media era where people are trying to listen closely to your words, what they mean, and they're trying to pin you to certain kind of groups or who you standing with. So you have to be cautious, unless you're gonna stand on whatever you say and like whatever, and there's people out there like that, but
yeah,
it may not be a very financially smart decision to make,
I don't think it's the right decision to make financially either. That's something we could definitely walk away in agreement on.
Right, because you got to ask me this: if they would have told me, "Hey, look, if you apologize, it's gonna save you 1.5 million," apologize right after. Some people would be like, "No, man, don't apologize. Just take the 1.5 million." Man, like me, I'd have been like, "Yeah, I'm gonna say the apology, man. Let me take. I don't want to get fined. I don't want to, you know what I mean? If I did something wrong, I'm not gonna do something wrong, right? I feel that it was wrong, and then I'm gonna be like, you know what? Since I stood on that, I said it, man. I'm not gonna apologize. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a point where
if it I don't know, it depends on how much you believe in something, you know what I'm saying? That's why it's a question of how much confidence should you have in a belief that you got from a documentary, from questionable sources.
They said in the documentary that the Holocaust was a hoax, and that was the biggest one.
Whoa, yeah, I did hear that too. See, that's a big
one that was like
that's like not cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, I
It was
can't.
like some people was like other that and a couple other things that he wouldn't have never just
You might have could have got away
could have
with.
got away with a good one, but because of that, it was like, yeah.
Yeah. So, hey man, I think we said it all, man. Shrewd news and reviews.
We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Yeah.
Peace.